Hello, I'm Bobby.
And I'm Christina.
And today we're going to talk about some embarrassing stories that have happened to us, whether it be in college or high school. And even though we don't want a lot of people to know them, here we are, we're going to share them with you and the entire world. So here goes nothing. So my story, I was at a fundraising event where you dance all night and the money goes to the Children's National Hospital. And I was playing games with the kids who come from the hospitals. You know those little scooters that you can sit on in
like
gym?
the little rolly ones?
Yeah, it was one of those. So I was dragging one kid around on it, like he was holding on a rope and sitting on it, and I was just dragging him around the gym. And this other kid wanted his turn at it, and he actually had a prosthetic leg, so he wanted to take it off before I dragged him around the gym. So he took off his prosthetic leg, and I was dragging him around the room, and then next thing you know, some other kid picked up his leg, stole his leg, and was running around the gym. His little sister was like, "Give my brother his leg back!" And here I am dragging this kid around the gym. All the parents and all of the people in the event were just staring at me while this kid was running with the other kid's prosthetic leg. The sister was yelling at him.
Goodness.
I was never asked back to that event.
Yeah, no wonder.
But he had fun. And
Did he? Did he have fun?
I mean, we'll see. I gotta call him up.
I don't think he'll answer. Embarrassing story. It was freshman year. It was actually when I was going to Radford. And I was doing this event with like a group of girls. It was kind of like a talent show kind of thing. And so we were doing the song Stick to the Status Quo from High School Musical. And so the stage we were performing on, we were jumping around and doing, well, I thought I could do a front handspring that day, having never done gymnastics. And so I end up doing like this half flip and literally flipping off the stage.
Off the stage.
Yeah, kind of like the part in Mean Girls when she like hits, or the guy hits the boombox and it shuts off and everyone goes, well, that's exactly what happened. So basically I hit the stage and everyone in the crowd just gasps and it goes completely silent.
And you're just laying there on your back.
Yep, and I stand up and I'm like, oh, sorry! And then I just run off the stage. And then, yeah, that was that. That was the last time I've ever done any sort of performing arts.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
You were that scarred from it?
I mean, yeah.
God. So those were some pretty embarrassing stories from us, and you guys are going to hear from some other students and their most embarrassing stories.
My story is about diarrhea. Everybody does it, so thank you. It was at 7 a.m. I woke up and I had class at 9:05 and my stomach really hurt. And this does not happen often, so I was really worried because whenever my stomach hurts, like I either throw up or like some crap. And it was some crap. I went to the bathroom and it wasn't pee, it was a little poop mix in there and it was a little mushy and it gushed. So that happened in the morning and went back to my dorm and I got dressed. I was like, and then I texted my friend in my class, I was like, should I go to class? And she's like, if you can walk, you can go. But if you have diarrhea, like you need to go, like it's go time, like if you feel it. I ended up walking to my class and during class I felt it again, but no, I couldn't get up because I was in the middle of like 400 people and I would be awkward to leave. So I stayed there. And then after class I went to Squires and I ended up getting some cantaloupe and some lunch. I don't know what screwed up my stomach that time, but I ended up having to go again in Squires and I was on the first floor, so I had to run to the second floor and it was already coming literally when I got to the top of the second floor, and when I opened the door it was like steaming and I got on the toilet and it burst and it was like a bubble and it popped. And basically that's the second time it happened. I was in there for a good 30 minutes in the bathroom. My friend was worried and she was like, should I leave? And I was like, no, stay. So, and okay, that was in Squires. I went back to my dorm after I ate lunch, did some of my homework. And then before class, it happened again. And I went to the bathroom and it was there again, diarrhea, surprise. And then after class, at around 6:15, I got back and I asked my homemates, hey, does anybody have Imodium? Because my mom was like, hey, you should take Imodium. I was like, what the crap is Imodium? I've never heard of it. I looked it up on Google and it's diarrhea medicine. And what to do? Nobody had Imodium in my hall. So I ended up taking Advil and that didn't work. And I ended up pooping another time, the fourth time, at around 8 o'clock. Before my rehearsal. And that was the story of my diarrhea experience. It happened 4 times that day. But I just want to make it a point. The boys on the drill field that said girls don't poop changed my mind I hope that changed your mind because I pooped 4 times that day and it was streaming with water. So poop mixed with water equals diarrhea. I just want to let you know that happened to me. Thank you.
Oh my gosh. Mine is also kind of just an embarrassing story. I am in the College of Liberal Arts and Human Sciences, and so they were having like a little like social with like ice cream and stuff, and there was a raffle, and I was like, I love raffles, it's gonna be great. So I get my ticket and I drop it in the box. I'm like, awesome, this is really great. So we're like, I'm sitting with some of my friends, and the dean of our school gets up and makes this speech, and then she also is like, okay, now it's time for the raffle. And so the dean of my school picks up this and she's like, this is the faculty raffle. And I was sitting there like, oh my gosh, like I put my ticket in the faculty raffle, like what am I gonna do if she calls my name? And I look at my friend and I'm like, hey, like I think I did this, but like it's okay, like my family never wins anything, like we have the worst luck ever. And then she says Hannah Shore, and I was like, what am I supposed to do? And so like I walk up to the dean of my school and I'm like, hey, like I'm a student, obviously. And she was just like, it's okay, I got a really nice like bag and some scarves and pom-poms and some socks. So like it turned out like really good for me, but I did feel really bad about it. But that's my embarrassing story.
All right, well, those stories were really funny and pretty embarrassing.
I definitely would not want to go in public after a few of those.
Yeah, that is definitely true. So if you like this segment, make sure to comment down below and tell us if you want to hear more about them. Like this video, share it with your friends, and we'll see you next week.